Hey guys, it's Data Gen, and today we're diving into all the train-themed Zords in Power Rangers. Honestly, there aren't that many of them. But don't worry, we've got a special segment just for this video. So let's just get started. First up, we have the Zoom Zord from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. It's a magnetic levitation, train-themed Zord that belongs to the Pink Ranger. This Zord is highly maneuverable. It can move in any direction and even drive upside down to dodge attacks. It also serves as a carrier Zord, capable of transporting the White Ranger's Kodiak Zord using its rear locomotive. It plays a key role in the Megazord formation, forming the hips and both legs. It also appears frequently throughout the Ninja Steel series, in both Season 1 and Season 2. Next up is the Gosei Snake Mechazord from Power Rangers Megaforce. This one's pretty unique because it's a hybrid between a bullet train and a snake. It's piloted by Jake, the Black Ranger. The Zord is also quite flexible, able to move in any direction without being limited to train tracks or anything like that. When it comes to Megazord formation, Gosei Snake forms the hips, the right leg, and the upper left leg. It first appears in Episode 2 and sees quite a bit of action throughout the first season. However, in Season 2, it only appears once because the Rangers had a whole new set of Zords by then. And then we have the Paleozords from Power Rangers RPM, a unique set of Zords that are hybrids between trains and prehistoric animals. These Zords were actually among Dr. K's earliest projects. There are 3 units in total. Paleozord 1 is based on a mammoth, Paleozord 2 on a Tyrannosaurus, and Paleozord 3 on a Triceratops. The mammoth can blow out steam from its nose, while the last 2 train cars can detach to grab enemies and swing around to knock them over. When they combine to form a Megazord, the mammoth becomes the torso, head, and arms, while the T-Rex and Triceratops form the legs. However, in the Ultrazord formation, things switch around. The T-Rex and Triceratops become the arms, and the mammoth becomes part of the legs. Unfortunately, the Paleozords don't appear very often in the series. They first appear in Episode 24 and only show up 6 times in total. Number 2. The Super Train. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. This was the first train Zord ever created. It's made up of 5 train cars that essentially function as carriers for the rescue Zords. The Super Train Zord runs on special tracks all around Mariner Bay, and it can even fly for a short time to initiate its Megazord transformation. In that formation, Rail Rescues 1 and 2 form the arms, Rail Rescues 4 and 5 form the legs, while Rail Rescue 3 becomes the torso. Due to its massive size and power, the Super Train Megazord requires a huge amount of energy to operate. In fact, during its first appearance, it almost harmed the Rangers because it overloaded. This Megazord doesn't carry any handheld weapons, but it does have built-in missiles that are powerful enough to destroy enemies in a single shot. The Super Train shows up pretty often in the series though, most of the time. It's mainly used as a carrier Zord. Before we get to number 1, let's take a look at some train-themed Zords that were never adapted into Power Rangers. First up, we have the X-Trains, used by the 6th Ranger, Patteran X and Lupin X, who are actually the same person named Noel. The X-Trains include X-Train Silver, based on a Shinkansen bullet train, and X-Train Gold, based on a steam locomotive. There are also a couple of extra mini-trains called X-Train Fire and X-Train Thunder. What's cool is that there are 2 different robo-formations, one for each Ranger identity. When piloted by Lupin X, it becomes X-Emperor Slash, and when piloted by Patteran X, it transforms into X-Emperor Gunner. Interestingly, the X-Trains also serve as Noel's morphers. By using X-Train Silver, Noel transforms into Lupin X, and if he switches to X-Train Gold, he becomes Patteran X. Aside from being a morpher, it also works as Noel's main weapon. So yeah, the X-Trains are basically a super versatile device. They work as Zords, a morpher, and his main weapon all in one. In Season 44, Kira Major, we are introduced to 3 train-themed Zords: Machine Juki, Machine Express, and Machine Zabyun. Machine Juki is actually owned by Galza, one of the main villains in the series. It can transform into a T-Rex-like form called Smog Juki. Its design looks wild. It features a T-Rex head at the front that can be used for attacks, and when it switches to beast mode, there's a massive chainsaw on its tail, making it even more dangerous. Then there's Machine Express. Originally, it was the white Kirame stone sent to Earth by King Oradin, and was later transformed into Machine Express by the Red Ranger. It appears as a single train engine without any train cars. Machine Express can combine with the evil Machine Juki to form a robo called King Express, taking control over it. Lastly, we have Machine Zabyun, a hybrid between a shark and a bullet train. Machine Zabyun is essentially just a redesigned version of Machine Juki. It's mostly white and features a fin on top. It can also combine with Machine Express to form King Express Zabyun, using the same gatai or combination concept. 3 train Zords might still be a solid lineup, but let's move on to the next segment. Season 38, 2Q didn't just have 1 train Zord, the entire season was fully centered around trains. Everything was train-themed, including the changers, suits, Zords, weapons, and more. At the beginning, the team had 5 trains, each assigned to one of the main rangers. These trains were based on steam engines, bullet trains, and subway trains. Later on, they received several additional trains that acted as weapons for various robo combinations. The team also gained a second robo formed from a diesel train, a tank train, and a car carrier train. The 6th Ranger had his own train as well, designed after an orange mining train. There was even a unique hybrid between a lion and a train that could fully transform into a lion. The train terminal itself could also transform into a giant robo, and played a key role in forming their most powerful robo formation. In addition, there were special train combinations with previous Super Sentai seasons, and even with the Kamen Rider franchise. And yup, 2Q aired in 2014, it was completely skipped and never adapted into any Power Rangers season. Finally, number 1 is the Solar Streak train from Power Rangers Mystic Force. This blue and gold 6-car train is owned by Daggerin, also known as the Solaris Knight. It is summoned using a special card or ticket, which is activated through his morpher. The Solar Streak train is truly unique and closely resembles a real train, complete with a cockpit and passenger cars. It's really cool and stands out from the train Zord we talked about earlier. The Solar Streak train can travel anywhere, even across different dimensions. With the use of another card, it can also transform into a large, bulky Megazord. This Megazord doesn't have a main weapon, but it holds its own in battle, using powerful punches and a bit of magic. In fact, the Solar Streak Megazord is only about as strong as most of the 10 Terrors, but if they team up, beating the 10 Terrors isn't that hard. The Solar Streak train appears quite frequently in the series, with a total of 15 appearances overall. So that's it, guys. If you're into tokusatsu or any kind of superhero stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.